Panter. I live in Brooklyn, out here in St. Louis to have this fabulous show. Well, I guess I'm known, my best albatross is the Pee-Wees show. I was the head designer on Pee-Wees Playhouse. And then otherwise, I started drawing this character Jimbo in punk rock comics, you know, back in the 70s. So Jimbo's known in certain parts of the world. And then I've been an illustrator for 30-something years as a giant failure as an illustrator. And I've been painting all these years. I always want to be a painter, so my comics are kind of out of my paintings. Because I studied, you know, as a painter in college and started doing comics because of Zap Comics. My father grew up in a one-room shack with no glass in the windows and comic strips, pages on the walls for wallpaper. And so he could really draw comics. He could copy, he could draw everybody when I was a kid, you know, like Dick Tracy and Popeye and stuff. And I guess that's what kind of led me to comics. He ran a dime store, so I got the comics with the top ripped off, you know. I got to read the reject comic. LA in '76, I guess, and started doing a lot of free work. Well, I needed to survive, so I showed my book around and started working for record companies and magazines. But then a lot of the fun stuff was just drawn for Wet Magazine or Slash Magazine, and the free work gets your work out on the streets and blowing around the gutters and pasted to walls. And I guess Paul Rubens noticed one of my posters for something and approached me to do a poster for a show he wanted to do. He wanted to do a stage show. And so I went to see him and saw that he was working on a lot of the same ideas that I was working with, because after art school I formed a band with some friends. So it was kind of like a puppet comedy, infantile humor band. And so we all ended up working on the show together. And Paul was a great guy. And really, the only reason I ever worked on any of this stuff is because he liked my work and he insisted that people use me, and they would say, no, we don't know who he is. And he would just say, you have to hire him. And they would, and it worked out okay.
Not a smoke. You know, drawing's much better for you, and what do you know? It just happens to be time for your drawing lesson right now. Come on over here. Now, Pee-wee, there's two things missing from this drawing. Two things a sailor always looks for on a mermaid.
I know. Are they round?
Sometimes.
I know. Earrings.
No, Pee-wee. A belly button and a watch.
I've done a lot of album covers over the years for Red Hot Chili Peppers, for Frank Zappa, and then people that are lesser known but wonderful, like Eugene Chadbourne and Bong Water. Daydreams are very fleeting, but part of my job is kind of like noticing my daydreams. Because I think everyone has crazy daydreams and they just kind of blow them off. And I try to make notes. That's the best part of making art, is you find more about yourself just through, you know, years of seeing what comes out. And I draw in sketchbooks continually, and I've done hundreds of sketchbooks and for 35 years, and so you learn things by doing that. And it changes the way you see the world, actually. Like, that's one cool thing about being an artist. Like, over a long period of time, your sensitivity changes to the landscape. And so when I was young, I was bored a lot, but I'm not bored anymore.